So there's a new skincare trend going around TikTok, and I don't know about all of you, but when I see the words skincare, trend, and TikTok all in the same sentence, I get a bit nervous. I mean, have you all seen the anti-aging straw? I hope you haven't. God. And I want to talk about it in today's video. The concept is called skin flooding, and even though I like certain aspects of this trend, there are some hesitations, some reservations that I have about it kind of being a very mainstream concept. So in today's video, I'm going to show you an example skin flooding routine using just 4 products. It's overall a simple concept, which is great. And then we're going to talk about some things you need to know before you commit to doing this, especially every time you do your skincare. So let's go ahead and get into the routine, which, by the way, can in general be an AM or PM routine. We're going to start with cleanser. Cleanser is an important step in any skincare routine, but in this routine, it's especially important what you do directly after cleansing. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this Pacifica Vegan Ceramide Extra Gentle Face Wash. This is a product, Pacifica actually reached out to me after seeing me rave about the moisture barrier or vegan ceramide moisture barrier cream. And they sent over some other products from that line, I gotta say, and I know this is kind of predictable because it's so in line with my experiences, but I am really pleased with the cleanser. I don't know what it is, I just love drugstore cleansers. Genuinely, I tend to love them more than high-end cleansers. This is yet another cleanser that doesn't really foam up very much. It's just super gentle, gets the job done in terms of cleansing. Might not be enough for makeup removal, I'm not sure. But as just a basic cleanser, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So I'm gonna go rinse. I will be right back. Okay, I'm coming back. Here I come. Here I come. Okay. So, I did just rinse, but I did not dry my skin. And that is basically the core principle of skin flooding. The idea being to use water to our skin's advantage. You just know that whoever it is that came up with this term skin flooding is not from the American South. I hope whoever it is, I hope you know I'm just picturing post-hurricane scenarios in my head. What is interesting is that from here you have quite a few choices of what you do next. I grabbed my Indie Coenzyme Q10 toner for this video, both because it is a favorite for me and also because I suspect quite a few of you probably grabbed this in the Ulta Love Your Skin event. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water as well as additional humectants. And truly the easiest way you can possibly do that. And now before we do anything else, we're gonna move on to a very hydrating, humectant-rich serum. I thought I would grab the new First Aid Beauty Bounce Boosting Serum for this video because it turns out this really is a good example of a product to use in this way. This was kindly gifted by the brand. So I'm just gonna pump out a little bit of this and apply it on my soaked, flooded skin. My poor skin. Has anyone else been struggling in January? I just feel like it's not been a good skin month for me. I think because of the cold and then running the heat, it's been rough. The reason I said this serum is a good choice for this, again, I'll have the ingredients up on the screen, it does contain soluble collagen. It's actually a product that says collagen on the name and contains collagen. Collagen, while applying it topically to your skin, is not the same as replacing the collagen in your skin. It does act as a humectant. As do the amino acids. This product is loaded with amino acid ingredients, and hyaluronic acid, which this product contains a few different forms of. Hyaluronic acid seems to be one of the main go-to ingredients with this whole skin flooding technique. It makes me skeptical. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't tell if this whole thing is really an organic skincare enthusiast concept. Are all of us skincare enthusiasts just really loving hyaluronic acid again? I thought that was more of 2015, or is this some kind of strange astroturfed skincare thing? I don't know. Because it really just feels like layering to me. It feels like layering. Anyway, the serum is applied. Now we're gonna follow with the final critical step in skin flooding, and that is of course moisturizer, because the idea here is We applied our humectants in both the toner and in the serum step, and now we're gonna lock them in place with an occlusive moisturizer. And I grabbed my Good Molecules silicone-free priming moisturizer for today's video. I actually have had this in my bag for a while. I thought it was a good idea to have a tiny little moisturizer in my bag, but the reality is I don't actually reapply moisturizer that much when I'm out and about. It's sunscreen that I'm reapplying, not really moisturizer and then sunscreen. I think I was more optimistic about reapplying moisturizer than has turned out to be realistic. Apply this around my eye area as well because while you can apply an eye cream, it is of course optional. And so is toner, so is the serum step. With this skin flooding, all you really need to worry about is the cleansing and then not drying afterwards and then sealing in the moisture. And that's it. The skin flooding routine is done, unless it's morning, in which you would need to add sunscreen. But the idea here is you're supposed to see immediate results. My skin is supposed to immediately look much more hydrated, plump. I feel like sometimes there's some resistance to the concept of immediate benefits from skincare, and I'm not sure why. I feel like, yeah, moisturizer should immediately moisturize. You shouldn't have to wait a month to see your moisturizer moisturize your skin. Some things do work immediately, including humectants and occlusives. Oh, that's a perfect segue into my concerns around skin flooding. So, with this routine and most of the skin flooding I've seen, I really love how much I'm seeing mists utilized. You all know I love mists, but I feel like we need to have an important conversation about the idea of a toner mist. And that is, you may not necessarily need to run out and buy one. If you already have toners, feel free to play around with putting them in spray bottles. If you're an American, I know if you have shopped on the Ulta website, you have a sample size of this Mario Badescu facial spray. You have one around. And in the skincare world, nobody likes this. Nobody seems to like this. I think it's great for using on your brush if you wear makeup, but that's another story. If you don't like it as a skincare product, open it up, dump the contents, and then pour in another watery toner that you know you love. The reason why I'm saying to do this, especially with the sample size, is because I think you'll find that some toners work really well in a spray bottle, and you'll find yourself hitting a point where you wonder why that's not the way it's sold. And others in particular, if they have more of a thicker texture to them, sometimes they don't spray well. They might still spray, but it might be kind of a bit of a stream. And the blame doesn't actually lie on the nozzle as much as the consistency of that toner itself. But play around with it. Again, don't feel like you have to buy mist toners. Use what you have, put it in a mist bottle. But let's talk next about my concerns with this whole skin flooding thing. And again, it's not with it as a concept. I think as a concept, it is great. If you are doing it with your humectant-rich ingredients, it's great. However, I feel like if this is going to be something that trends, it really is important for people to explain when not to do this. So you don't want to do skin flooding if you are going to be using pH-dependent ingredients in your skincare routine, including pure vitamin C, not to be confused with the vitamin C derivatives, and AHA ingredients. As most of you probably do know, these are ingredients that require a lower pH in order to be most effective on our skin. So you're going to want to make sure that you actually do dry your skin off after cleansing, because what pH is water? Water has a neutral pH. So if you try to do skin flooding with wet skin, you could actually be decreasing the efficacy of this type of product. And then secondly, let's talk about retinoids. This one is kind of tricky. In my own head, I'm trying to decide how to have this conversation and not make it too confusing. Basically, I think that if you do try skin flooding with retinoids, it might work for some people, but you might want to be cautious. And a lot of this is because indeed some retinoid products are encapsulated, which should mean that in that case, it shouldn't really make a difference. However, the product that I'm holding right here, Differin, this is adapalene, it is not coated. And so the directions for this actually do say to clean the skin gently and pat dry before applying the product. And the reason for that is because it does help to reduce the irritation that you can experience with this otherwise. What I will tell you is the recommended way to apply apply, in particular these stronger retinoid products, is on dry skin. You all can feel free to leave any anecdotes, any thoughts on this in the comment section. But that's it for today's video. Again, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think of this trend. Should skincare even have trends? I personally think it's a bit iffy. I'm fine with trends of more sustainability, but always make sure that you are doing skincare in a way that addresses your skin's concerns, your skin's needs. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.